Start. Wait. You have to cut this part. From the land of hockey and well-placed chairs, it's Mr. Scary Muffin. And from the land of Sarah Palin and dog sleds, it's...
Texas, and this is not the land of Sarah Palin. Get that out of your head right now, boy.
Alright, enough about politics. We are watching some awesome TF2 action today. Who are we watching?
Tonight we are going to be watching a fistful of corn dogs playing off against the sharpest knives in the drawer. It's going to be an
Skid Marks
intense
versus
match.
a fistful of dog horns. Got it.
Yeah, tonight's going to be an intense match, actually. They're fairly even teams. A fistful of corn dogs, their record at the moment is 4-5, and sharpest knives in the drawer are 3-6, but those numbers mean nothing!
Of course. During the warm-up, it looks like Mythos is really tearing it up. I think this is one of his kind of playgrounds of a map, and I think that's going to lend to a lot of awesome plays out of SKiD. They do have one substitute today, that's Gribble, who is playing on Scout, and if viewers, long-time viewers will recognize Gribble. He also played earlier this week when he substituted in for one of the teams, which I do not remember.
And at the moment, Gribble is not actually in game. We got so close to being ready, and then no.
Okay, well, in the meantime, let's go over the rest of the rosters. We got Cake, who's partnering up with My Fist on Soldier for SKiD, and 4000s, or Forks, or Marindo, is going to be Medic for the team. We got Ken Domo and maybe Gribbles for Scout, and we have Scholar, the green bearded pirate, as the demo. For Fistful of Corn Dogs, we have a bunch of names which I cannot read. We've got Walter as Medic. We got Rincewind, the Amazing Pyro, playing Soldier, as well as Alistair Rex. Bino is the Scout, and maybe we'll see him as Sniper. Dropout is the Demo, and Giga is the other Scout.
And for those, because he can't pronounce that name at all, it's Alistaerosaurus Rex.
Alistair Rex.
Good enough, okay. There we go.
Rincewind apparently is tapping into his inner termite. He's going to be playing with 400 ping tonight.
It's going to be an interesting game for him then. And Gribble is back now. He's going to be playing Scout, it looks like. Or at least he's practicing Scout. If they keep these loadouts, it looks like we're going to see standard loadouts for both teams. So at the moment, which side would you say have better Scouts? Kendomo and Gribble, or Binosync and Giga?
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. I think they're pretty even in terms of scout play, especially since the fact that Gribble doesn't have much experience working with the team, and he's just going to be relying purely on his own talent as opposed to familiarity with your scout partner.
Right. So we probably won't see as much working together from those two.
You'll see them attempting to work with each other, but if they're not totally familiar with the way with how they dodge and whether they want to attack or retreat, it's going to come into play just every now and then.
Right, whereas with Binosync and Giga, we're probably going to see more teamwork and probably more medic picks is my guess.
But in the soldier department, I'd definitely put the ball in SKiD's favor, not to play down Rincewind or Alistaerosaurus Rex much. But my fist is pretty much on top of his game, and Cake is no
fool.
pie either. Although a SKiD cake does not sound very delicious, I have to tell you.
A SKiD cake. Yeah, I agree. Doesn't sound very delicious. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. My Fist is, of course, he's been doing lots of MGE lately.
Yeah. So and this is a very jump-friendly map, as DFG will attest.
Yeah, we're probably going to see lots of, not picks, but big jumps, maybe picks. I mean, I guess if the medic overextends themselves.
We're going to see him doing a lot of, bombing on the medics, and he'll definitely, anybody who gets called out as lit, he's going to be on that person immediately. I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah, if you haven't seen My Fist jumping before, well, get ready to be amazed by him, because he's going to go out there, and he's probably going to be the mid before anyone else, before the scouts even. He is
well, the demos is usually going to be the ones who get to the point first. I don't know how much My Fist will sacrifice in terms of his life.
That's true.
Or health points in order to get up there. He is running, of course, the gunboats, which is what he feels the most comfortable with.
Allows for lots of multiple jumps, which is what he loves doing.
If he gets an early buff from Force, then he might go a little bit crazy. We'll have to see.
Chain jumping.
I think Scholar and Dropout will also be having very good rollouts. They seem to be, to me, people who would train or at least practice that a little bit and get a good rollout going.
Yeah. It's going to be entertaining either way. I mean, let's look at the medics at the moment. I mean, it's Walter, 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 and Forks. I know
Yeah.
Walter, Walter, Walter's an amazing medic. We've seen lots of his medicing before.
hmm Now, the question in my mind is on SKiD's side, will there be a play caller? Because MyFizz has a lot of experience in competitive play, but the problem is MyFizz tends to play roaming soldier, which is not necessarily a good position for calling plays, whereas Forks is also quite experienced, but he tends to be a little bit more timid as a medic. He doesn't really start talking about strategies and stuff like that often, and he would, if MyFizz is talking, he'll let MyFizz take over rather than to make the calls. But typically on a team, you have the medic make the calls because they're in the best position to make calls.
Yeah, they're usually the mastermind of the team, as some would say. They are the
The
tacticians.
quarterback, as they would call it.
I would almost just say he's more of a tactician than a quarterback.
Well, yeah, I guess in modern football, the quarterback doesn't make calls, but before they had microphones installed in everybody's helmets, you know, it
Right.
used to be, before they had offensive coordinators basically need a job and get unionized or whatever, they had quarterbacks making calls.
Yeah, the good old days. But yeah, it's probably, I mean, I'm guessing that for SKiD it's going to be I don't want to call it a coalition, more like a conglomerate of people who are going to be making calls instead of just a dedicated caller.
I think they're probably going to rely on each other just to have the right idea a lot of times, and that can work out, especially since they're all a bunch of experienced group. But it can also um, go horribly wrong when they're not coordinated because they're just relying on each other to know what they're doing psychically.
Especially when Gribble hasn't played with them that much before.
Yeah,
He may have gotten, do you think he even got one or two practices in with them?
I don't think so. I mean,
Well, then,
Gribble has experience on the map, period. So I mean, he's not an unreliable Kai, but yeah.
well, yeah, map experience does
Just
play for it,
realized Dropout has almost exactly the same outfit as Zambler, minus the unusual aspect on his hat.
but might have been a little bit of working together to have that happen.
Does the Afro come with those grenades? I don't think so.
I do not think so either. I believe those are Christmas ornaments, and the afro is another item.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
hopefully he can tap into his inner Zambler. I don't know if anybody ever wants to do that, but they did win yesterday and didn't win convincingly, so if he does
Yeah,
so.
the real
Zambler
question
was a
right now
very big
is,
part of that victory as well yesterday.
are we going to start anytime soon? That's the real question on everybody's minds.
Well, we'll be starting sooner than later.
Hopefully.
So what's new with you, Pancers, since yesterday?
Not too much, literally. I mean, I just updated my XSplit layout a little bit more. I stole a page from your book, but
Well, I got a new mouse pad. That's what new with me. That's about it.
you know, I used to have no mouse pad, so I feel for you in this point.
Yeah, my wrist was starting to get those callus on it where I was resting my hand after.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, maybe I need one of those gel mat things so that I can rest my hand on it.
Yeah, no, I got a Razer mouse pad a couple months ago. It's really nice.
Sounds expensive. Sounds expensive. You ever watch that commercial?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really that expensive. I think it was $40
Yeah, that's pretty expensive.
for a mouse
Mine
pad.
cost me
Yeah, but
like, mine was probably like $1.
I mean, let's put it this way: it's a hard mouse pad. First of all, I mean, it comes with a flipping carrying case. You don't get much better than that.
A carrying case for a mouse pad?
It's a hard mouse pad, and you don't want to break it.
Is it a mouse or a mouse pad?
It's a mouse pad.
My mouse cost me like $10 and my mouse pad cost me like $1.
Well, shit, I don't want to know how much this mouse cost me. This is also a Razer gaming mouse.
Ugh.
I
A
like
little bit too
Razer.
much money. I wonder if anybody noticed in the last like 3 videos I was wearing the same t-shirt. I didn't change my t-shirt until today, so today I'm wearing a new t-shirt. That is also something that is new today that was different yesterday. Alright, match is beginning.
No one ever sees what I'm wearing. That's because I don't have a webcam.
My webcam's terrible though. It's like cutting all over the place, dropping frames like a boss. Drop it like a hot, drop it like it's hot.
Well, it doesn't matter because that's the match beginning. Let the games begin. Alright, I'm going to be watching Walter just roll out here using the generic Medigun.
I'm watching Scholars roll up because demo rollouts are more interesting.
This is true, but it's a medic, man.
Scholar is going to take the lower route. He's going to lay some stickies into the opposite choke. And looks like, ooh, the scouts and the demos are arriving at the same time for a Fistful of Corn Dogs.
There we go.
And with that forward sticky placement, it allows the SKiD team to take a good position. They're going to grab this point really fast. The other team just didn't even bother showing up. I think they just kind of back out of there. And
They really did.
The choke. Yeah.
Yeah, they had 2 soldiers in the medic just holding back at the choke point, which isn't exactly a bad play.
Oh, medic's kind of stuck in the corner there. That's not exactly a good spot. He's going to go down for that.
Yeah, he gets
but
sticky.
At the same time, Forks is being chased and he's going to go down to Beano Sink. Scholar couldn't protect his medic because demos have a really hard time protecting medics.
And that's a full team wipe already.
It is.
That actually
nice
turned
work.
out, yeah, that turned out really well for Corn Dogs. That more passive play and letting them go for the medic. That kind of
I think it was really good discipline for them to realize that they weren't going to win that mid fight at the very first second, and they just kind of stayed back and waited for the team so they can just kind of collapse around them. Unfortunately, the medic did go down during all that, but Walter will be respawning first, so he's going to get a slight uber advantage. And on top of that, one of his teammates did go back to connect with him as soon as he respawned. Very nice play. Excellent communication for Fistful of Corn Dogs.
Yeah, that's actually putting him fairly far ahead. He's 25% ahead of the Forks.
Math. I hope they're building, though. That's the only thing. Because it looks like he's stuck on dropout right now and not really spraying the heals around. And dropout himself is not really building either.
Forks is catching up ever so slowly. He's only about 17% behind now.
Math.
What do you have against math?
Nothing.
Why do you keep saying that? Get out of here.
Nah.
Get out of here.
Oh,
Walter gets jumped by My Fist. Giga goes down as well. Pretty good jump and
My
pick.
Fist does drop out craters, and it looks like SKiD is coming back in with revenge.
Yeah, it looks like we're close to a full team wipe. The only person alive right now is that soldier whose name is Alisterosaurus Rex.
Mm-hmm. Forks is going to get an uber charge, and they're going to start capping on this, and My Fist takes the high ground, which is what I really like to see. Forks is also going to grab the high ground. This is a much safer spot. Hey, look, there's somebody standing on that little thing there. Did you see it?
No, I actually didn't.
There's a blue soldier back there. There he is, and he was going to sneak in behind, and he's coming in now, but he does go down. He was hiding up on that ledge.
Oh, on the ledge? Yeah, that's actually a very smart place.
I was surprised he didn't jump the medic before going down.
That might have been a better decision there, because Forks does have Uber right now.
If he jumped the medic, then Forks would have been forced to pop, and it would have made a much easier defense here, but they're going to have to deal with this Uber now that's coming on in.
Oh, Walter better not go down.
They do have a medic and double scouts on the point. That's going to be a cap. Nope.
Oh, it's so close. It's up to the scout. There we go. Scout goes down. It is going to be Condomo and Gribble for the cap.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a pretty crazy first round, actually. We almost saw 2 full team wipes. Let's see if Corn Dogs can improve upon their gameplay in this one. And, I mean, it was already pretty perfect communication from them in that first round.
Good teamwork, good communication for sure. Oh, Scholars goes down really early, but so does Dropout, so both teams are down their demo.
Yeah, My Fist did make a big difference there. I want to see more jumps from My Fist.
I want to see, like, bombs and stuff like that, yeah. For the mid-fight, My Fist does have a lot of free reign because he has pretty much, like, control of where he wants to be, which is, to me, is amazing, but for other competitive players, probably just a run-of-the-mill stuff. Alisterosaurus Rex is again perched up on that ledge there. He's going to wait for people to come in.
It's going to be entertaining if he can actually do an ambush there.
Mm-hmm. Dropout has made it into the choke point now. And he's going to trade stickies with Scholar. Both medics have their Ubers. And which way are they going to come? Dropout's going to leave a sticky trap over here. Oh, nice spots.
It looks like Red wants to push in through the choke point. They've got the Uber, a demo, and a soldier there. I mean, they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
They want
Stickies are moving the red stickies are moving the blue trap away so that they can have a safer entrance. But Dropout has a really good spot there on that corner, or the edge of the pavement there rather. It's a little harder to see.
Right. I mean, Red's actually being really conservative right now. SKiD doesn't want
They're
to
gonna
push
go
in and
right
get
here.
blown up. No, they're
Yes,
thinking
no.
about it. They're thinking about it. There we go. There's the
Oh,
Uber.
big pop.
He gets blasted away. Manages to reconnect with the soldier, but that's probably almost... Are they going to continue pushing?
Well, but they do get
Counter
the
Uber.
pop on the enemy.
Yeah, the counter Uber comes in here, so that's basically...
And at the
just
same time, there's a
backfired.
back cap going by both scouts, but they're pretty lit on this point. They're
That
gonna grab it.
was...
They're gonna go forward.
That was a great distraction, actually. BinoSync is on the final
So
point.
one scout against two. Oh, and Rincewind's gonna switch to Pyro. I'm guessing that's Rincewind. No, it's not. It's actually Atastorosaurus Rex.
And that was an emergency defense by them, but it turns out pretty well for them. I mean, Walter is down at the moment, meaning Forks can have a fairly large Uber advantage.
Oh yeah, and well they're up in numbers right now too, but I don't know if they know that exactly.
Well, my fist did just go down.
It's not like they need my fist to push.
It's true, he's just roaming. He's not
Heavy
too
and Pyro
important.
on defense, which is not a bad play at all.
Well, not exactly run-of-the-mill, but definitely good.
Oh, no, that's not too bad. Pyro will keep the Uber at bay, and Heavy will just tank and tank some more.
Yes, the Heavy will play the role of the tank.
Tank.
Exactly. So Scholar went down in the meantime. Forks does have an Uber now, so I mean I don't know.
They might want to push in, but they have to wait for Skull to get there. But if they wait too long,
sorry. Yeah, at this rate, if I muted it on TeamSpeak, I still wouldn't be muted on recording, so I have to give up on that.
Oh, I do both.
I tried doing that, but it just didn't want to operate correctly, so I gave up for the moment.
Oh, they got a pick there.
Yeah,
Scholar went down again.
Scholar loves going down. It seems to be his weak spot. So yeah, both teams have Ubers, and now we're just sitting around and playing the stalemate game. Oh, but a forced pop on a fistful of corn dogs, meaning we're going to see Forks
My fist jumped in onto the medic and forced that pop, which is why. But then here's a big pop here.
Yeah, there goes the Uber from Forks.
Walter is lit. He is hiding. He's got to run back. And they got a scout forward who's going to put some time on that point.
Oh.
There's nobody here sticking with Walter. He's going to try to get this cap. Demo's going to come in, try to finish off. Uber saw!
Yeah, Cake goes down. We're down 3 for blue and 4 for red at the moment, and the Pyro is taunting on the point.
Yes, my fist did get the kill to stop the cap on second.
But that's a successful push. Blue needs to push right now. I mean, they should know they have a huge numbers advantage right now.
Mm-hmm. Just my fist up, holding, and he's going to go down as well.
Yeah, he'll get sticky to death by dropout, so that's the second recaptured. Back to the war over mid and second. So we're probably going to see more. I mean, the demo is already sticky trapping that hallway and just exchanging some combat. It's just going to be reinforcements from blue, and then red probably going to sit back. But, I mean, at the moment, Walter has a huge Uber advantage of 70%, so we might see them push in really quickly here, actually.
Well, if they push in, remember, they have to kill the medic. And unfortunately for them, if they don't know where the medic is, and if the medic can run away, in this instance, it's not going to be good for them. But they are going to push in here. They see the medic. Will they pop on Rincewind, or will they give him... Oh, he's going to pop on Rincewind.
He's juggling it. He's going between the heavy and the...
Folks should book it out of there and keep his Uber advantage, because then they can push right back in if he doesn't go down.
Yeah, he didn't go down. But they are down 4 for red at the moment, so blue might actually... Yeah, blue's going to... No, what are they doing? Okay,
blue's going to get the cap on here, but they're going to lose it immediately if Forks pushes right back in.
Yeah, what they should have done... I mean, they had a pretty good numbers advantage. They probably should have just left the scout on mid and pushed right through to second. Second is at least more defendable against Ubers, especially when you have the Pyro.
All right, Uber's pop here, and they're going to take out the heavy immediately. I think Myfist wants to jump.
Oh no, but Scout from behind! Scout from behind Walter goes down!
All right, well, they got the medic kill, which is important. Forks is going to go down as well, though. BinoSync doing his job to cover that pick.
Yeah, they're going to lose mid here either way, but they at least took some red players down with them.
Mm-hmm.
And Dropout's running away with a passion and hoping to God that no one's following him. Dropout is now outside red spawn.
Did he lay a sticky trap on them?
No. He didn't have time.
Took out Scholar, but
yeah, he killed Scholar, but now he's going back through mid.
Poor Scholar. Right now he's currently bottom
Oh!
of his team.
He lagged after landing on a rocket jumping soldier.
Yeah. In other news, it looks like Rincewind's ping is a little bit better now.
Only a little bit. So there we go, dropout respawning. Red being pretty passive here. They don't really want to... I mean, they're going to probably be defensive here since they should realize they don't have the Uber advantage. That choke point is just...
Yeah, the Uber advantage here is a little bit harder to gauge just because both medics went down at roughly the same time. But Fistful of Corner did go back to reconnect with the medic earlier, and that's why he's at the lead right now.
Right.
Looks like Kendoma's going to peek here. Both scouts, sorry, are on him, and he's going to go down. And MyFist responds immediately, but jumping both scouts going to take them out of combination with Gribble.
MyFist, those big jumps. Both scouts, all scouts are down actually. There we
Lit
go.
up the demo, and here's, wow, lots of...
Big Uber combat.
Medic, Forks is trying to run back.
He's going to get out of there.
Trying to get a clean up. Oh.
So now it's Walter who's in a really bad position. He's trying to get out of there.
He's going to get out of it. He's going to go down.
MyFist says nope.
You may be the second fastest class, but you still can't outrun a rocket.
Well,
Okay.
you could theoretically, but...
Well, I think SKiD knows for sure they're going to have this next Uber a lot sooner than Fistful of Corn Dogs.
Yeah.
It's up to them to decide what they're going to do with this. I hope
They're
the team
building.
will stay up. That's the big thing. Ooh.
They are going up top route, which, I mean, they don't have the Uber yet, so they're...
Fistful of Corn are being very aggressive in this defense. They're going to push right in and jump around.
Yeah, I think they realize that they don't have the Uber advantage, and they're just trying to push Red back, but it failed miserably now.
Well, what they want to do is get some frags and maybe get an early pop off the team.
Unfortunately, that backfired for them. Red's now pushing in big time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of players on the point. Scout goes down, and GG.
Yeah, it backfired for them in that they lost their demo and the pyro while they're trying to do that counterattack.
Yeah, right when Forks was getting Uber, too, which was the worst part of that.
Well, if they got Forks to pop early, that would have been good, because then they could have maybe stalled some more time that way. But it was the right play. There's not much they can do in that situation.
So here we go, round 3, more mid-combat as usual. It looks like a Fistful of Corn Dogs are still just being passive. They don't really want to push on to mid.
Well, they got the heavy this time around, and...
Yeah, that's true.
So they gotta take it slow and steady with the heavy.
They're thinking of being creative and not doing the norm.
It seems like Rincewind is just more comfortable playing heavy than playing soldier against, you know, MyFist and Cake.
Anyway, that was a fairly big pick actually by Alistair. Rex jumping in and bombing onto Forks.
Well done there.
So Walter, he actually makes a comment about it. Yay, I'm useful. Yeah, so, Bino Sick is going to take out Forks again at this rate. Lots of jumping and dodging right now.
Yeah, Forks is probably calling for bloody murder. He needs some help back. Pistol, pistol, pistol!
Scout comes out. There we go.
So close.
Bino's aim just not up to par. That's the one thing you needed as a scout.
Well, Bino was also trying to deny the health pack as well. I think that probably was bigger on his mind. But he didn't expect Gribble to suddenly come and blindside him like that.
Well, he should have expected. He was right outside their spawn. So there we go, mid being recaptured by Walter, but Walter goes down, taken out by MyFist. And MyFist takes out Alistair Sorks as well.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to call him Rex now, saying that in one mouthful is a
I just call
pain.
him Alistair. You know, it's probably his name. MyFist this time checking the ledge very carefully.
Yeah, they're no longer gonna just let people ambush them. And apparently MyFist bullets run faster than most people.
Or not
Soldier.
even hit scan.
Soldier says some of the silliest things. So yeah, both soldiers going up top and doing a little bit of rocket dueling here, but it looks like MyFist, I mean, they're thinking about pushing forward.
Oh, demo spam. My fist gets lit up.
So yeah, Fistful of Corn Dogs being really conservative this time. They don't really want to push out. They don't want to have a repeat of last round.
Yeah, well, 2 is down right now for SKiD. I don't know if they're willing to push in with just this. It looks like the answer is yes. Everybody's going to run on in. This one is focusing down on the scout along with one of his other friends, but he's going to go down. Scholars types.
They get on the point. Medic Scout going
Scout.
after them. That's the
Ubersaw
Ubersaw. Dropout goes down, but there we go. Binosync tries saving it for his team, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't happen.
Walter did get that Ubersaw in order to get the Uber charge, but he went down immediately, so he couldn't pop it, unfortunately.
So that is the half. It is 3-0 in favor of the sharpest. Yeah, the sharpest knives in the drawer. So
What do you think so far? Pretty much par for course?
yeah, I mean, the sharpest knives in the drawer, they've got... MyFist is definitely making a big difference in this. His bombing, his jumps, all that stuff is just really
Well, like I
well.
mentioned, is the team calling who is lit, and then MyFist will immediately just kind of find that person and kill them. And that's one of the things that he does really well. He does clean up really well. As a roamer, he works really well with the scouts in order to clean up the house.
Other than that, it seems like for Fistful of Corn Dogs, they've definitely got a good playbook, and they've got amazing communication for that matter.
Indeed, I really like how whenever Walter would go down, they would run back and have one person connect with him as soon as he respawns. And we saw that didn't really necessarily happen for SKiD because Forks was stuck alone with Binosync in his face before the respawns caught up with him.
The only difference is they did make some mistakes play-wise. I mean, not to say that they did the play wrong, just so much that the play didn't work out the way they wanted it to. Especially for that second round.
Right.
Other than that, Forks is definitely being, I mean, Walter seems to be going down a bit more than Forks. Forks is being more well protected.
And
actually.
again, that goes to that's a testament to MyFist as a strong roamer and a strong rocket jumper. I wonder what they're gonna do. Fistful of Corn Dogs try using a heavy for a moment there because the heavy kind of counters soldiers. And I remember yesterday actually MyFist was complaining on TeamSpeak how he really hated people who play heavy because, you know, heavy's a counter class, kind of, to soldier.
Obviously, we all need to make comments about Heavy's also a scrub class, yada yada yada.
Well, MyFist certainly thinks so. But that is definitely an idea because Rincewind on Soldier, I mean, Rincewind's a good player, but I don't think he stands a chance against both Cake and MyFist.
Yeah, no, as you pointed out, Cake and MyFist are both very good soldiers.
Yeah. People are calling for Rincewind to go Pyro, and that is an idea if he gets those choice reflex, but we'll have to see, because we know that, for example, MyFist is running gunboats, which means he has no shotgun, and doesn't really have a way to handle reflecting Pyro.
This is true. So there we go. We are live on the 4th round now. Let's see what SKiD and Fistful of Corn Dogs are going to change up in their play here. Going to be watching Scholar's death roll out. Death in the sense that he's going to be the first one to die as usual.
I'm watching Dropout. He's going to get in behind, drop some stickies on the medic. Oh, so close.
That was close.
He's going to get out of there.
He's going to try and get out of there. Fortunately, that doesn't work out well for him. When MyFist bombs him.
It was a good play, though, for sure. He went after the medic, and Force just barely got out of there.
The thing is, though, that he had no team support. I mean, if there had just been 1 or 2 scouts there, I mean, just one would have done. They probably could have killed Forks.
It looks like they're going to try Rincewind on Soldier for now, and they popped the Uber really quick here.
Yeah, Corn Dog
Force is going to hold on to his. I think he's going to wait and pop almost right afterwards. Yep, there he goes.
Yep, that is the counter
and
pop,
they need to get the medic here, though.
I don't think they know where the medic went, though.
No, I think the medic ran. He booked it out of there
And died.
and died.
Walter is down, so second cap gonna be for free. We might see them just push right for first here.
Yeah, well, they have numbers for sure, and it looks like they're going to buff everybody, and they're just going to take a peek
Oh,
here.
Giga
Scholar
goes down.
is going to spawn camp a little bit.
Rinsford goes down as well. That's a big pick right there, so I think that's it. I think they've got it there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So SKiD's going to take the 4th round here as well.
And I don't think we're going to see any of the messing around that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any shenanigans like last time.
Right, I mean, they probably saw us complaining about it. They're going to play their best against the other team's best. And I appreciate that.
Yes, it's completely a good thing to do.
Oh, my fist immediately finds Walter and jumps and kills him.
Oh god, that's not good for a fistful of corn dogs here.
Oh, I think one of his scouts grabs the health pack away from my fist, and my fist goes down to the heavy fire. Nom 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 sandwich underneath the point. Scholar hears it, doesn't know what to do. There he is.
Scholar's like, I want to think about this, but he jumps onto Rincewind.
I think he misinterpreted. He found the pyro, and then the pyro puffed him over to Rincewind.
And Rincewind was just like, hi there! Walter at 0% charge, as there's no one near him. And Forks at 100%.
Alright, Uber's coming in through the point.
Yeah, Walter needs to get out of there.
Walter's gonna run back. Ooh.
Oh, my fist might go after him.
Protection goes down, and I think they're just gonna go... Oh, looks like they're doing something outside. No, they're just gonna grab this point.
Yeah, no, Walter did get out of there. He hooked up with the Demoman, who sticky trapped the door. So, big defense coming here for Red. They're gonna have to do a perfect defense in reality. Actually, there are 2 players now respawning, but wow, they actually have an Uber advantage? That's mildly unexpected.
That's because Walter stayed alive during that little foray. Folks popped
Yeah,
the Uber
true.
coming in, and Walter stayed alive. But it's actually, his Uber advantage is actually very small, surprisingly.
Yeah, like 3%. He is going to push right up the side with Rincewind.
Rincewind doing work there, takes out Scholar and Cake, is going to deny this push for a little bit longer. And I wonder if they're going to push forward.
Yeah, they're going to push forward.
It's a little bit risky, though.
It is an Uber heavy, though. There's the medic.
Medic's going to Uber as well and run on in. I think they're going to go for this cap while the heavy is out of position.
He Ubers the pyro.
Walter does the right thing, ditches his heavy and goes back in to cover this cap. Just Ubering whoever he finds.
He actually almost gets taken out by Gribble, but he is still alive.
Yeah. Well played there.
And we're down 4. We're down 4 at the moment.
They need to grab this really fast, but there's nobody on the back. Oh wait, no, Giga is there, so that's fine.
That actually might as well have been a full team wipe right there for SKiD, because right as their players were respawning, the rest of their players went down.
Yeah, it's a staggered wipe. But no, that was an excellent play by Fistful of Corn Dogs, and as I said before, it seems like they've got some plays in their books.
Well executed. Communication is at a premium. Or not a premium, but... I don't want to call it a maximum, but... So we're down 3 on SKiD again.
Surprisingly, Fistful of Corn Dog doesn't feel comfortable enough to push forward and grab this cap.
Especially when, I mean, they've got a huge Uber
Especially
advantage.
with Rincewind, like, way up at the other team's choke. It's like, hey guys, it's kind of open here.
Yeah, Rincewind just beckoning to his team, saying, hi!
How did the heavy beat us here?
It's an incredible thing when the heavy is the most offensive player on a team. So Walter does have Uber. It's about a 70% Uber advantage. It is pop. Forks needs to get out of there. He's about to run by.
Inside the corner.
Yeah, Forks is in the corner. Forks goes down, but Walter goes down as well. And actually, this is not turning out. This isn't turning out well for Corn Dog. The only person alive is Giga.
He grabs the health pack and he
takes out my fist.
Oh wow, cap on the mid at the same time though. Scholar's gonna.
And Giga finally goes down. So that turned out actually really well for SKiD. It looked like initially that it was going to backfire completely, but then it worked out for SKiD.
Hmm. They got
Somehow.
the right kills at the right time. Managed to focus fire at the right people.
Alistairsaurus Rex doing some reflect work in the choke point.
Like I said, SKiD is really good at calling out who to focus fire, and they're really good at finishing the job when that happens.
And corn dogs are just good at being corn dogs.
Hmm.
Alistair is caught way out of position. I think he's actually going to
Oh,
try and
Walter.
flank the enemy.
Well, they're leaving choke wide open, which is quite interesting.
And they're about
here.
to get...
Yeah, here comes the team pushing in through choke.
Yeah,
There is
Alistair...
a pyro backcapping.
Yeah,
doing his
that was
best.
Alistair. He fell into the drop down on accident and just kind of chickenly made his way around.
2 people on point, but Alistair dancing with the pyro here, trying to get this cap. Trying to beat the other cap.
Oh, it's going to be close, but the demo's on. He needs to get him off there.
Yeah,
Oh.
Demo and Scout stops the cap. But at the same time, Fistful Quarter does prevent this cap from going down. Hepino Singh says, screw it, I'm just going to whack you Boston style.
Yeah, that turned out, well, pretty well for
Turned out
both
interesting
teams.
for both sides.
Yeah. Almost full caps on both teams. Now it's just decaying ever so slowly.
Mm-hmm. Fistful Quarter has a good position right now, as the rest of SKiD has to post up.
Yeah, especially if, I mean, it's not that big of an Uber advantage, but they do have an Uber advantage.
Oh yeah, but it's pretty negligible.
Well, I don't know. It is about 20% actually.
Yeah, but it's at a point where you don't really know that either. It's
Yeah.
because both medics again went down around the same time, so it's not like they really know.
Borks
Gets
goes
caught
down.
yet again. Yeah, that corner right here, it is a death trap for the medic. I think the idea is sound, where the medic takes a high ground, might be able to run away, but that doesn't seem to be happening.
The problem is he jumps off into that corner and then tries to run for the door.
Yeah,
whereas
that's
the
not
enemy
going to
team
happen
just...
because it's very obvious that you're going to go for that door, and everyone cuts you off from that door. The easiest place to be is in the garage area where you can just back into your base, and then you effectively...
Or, I mean, you could still stand on the point, but you have, when you jump off the point, you need to jump towards the door and run straight at the door, not jump into the corner and then go across the door.
Oh, my fist finds Walter,
Poor
takes
Walter.
him out. Yeah. Walter's just
So-
like, where are they coming from? They're just everywhere.
That was actually a really good fight by my fist.
And they're gonna... Oh, but hey, Forks went down somewhere along that as well. Oh, never mind. I was just looking at the wrong scoreboard.
You're always looking at the wrong scoreboard. Rinsman goes down, so ready.
I would almost... It's still gonna be a couple of seconds. I would almost risk just like a minor push, but it looks like they're gonna keep everybody alive. And they're gonna do this very, very slow approach here, just before the Uber is ready. And again, my fist jumps Walter, takes him out.
So now
Walter's just
Forks
leaving
is-
himself a little bit open, unfortunately. He's going to stand on the point. Is the pyro down too? Yeah.
Yep, and that is that. SKiD is going to take it as a steamroll, 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
Not really something you're looking for in a game.
That's one way to put it. Okay, let's see if we can grab some people down with us. We've got my fist. How's it going, buddy?
It's going good.
And we were supposed to have Dropout, but I don't see him just yet. Is he coming, Walter? You want to type in the chat for me?
Find him! Kill him!
That seems to be my fist's strategy on Walters. Find him, kill him.
Oh my god. Masu, where did you come from? Was it the first game or the second game?
He comes from the skies, man.
He's the magical My Fist. He just appears.
So are we going to actually get to interview questions?
Yeah,
No.
sure, I'll let Pankers handle it.
Alrighty
I
then.
know
so...
you love Pankers.
Okay. Yeah, everyone loves listening to me, right? No, go away. Anyway, so My Fist, how did you feel about the game?
Well, we were initially going in saying, make sure you controlled our demo and stuff, but then when they started not going garage and they always went choke, we kind of figured that as long as we just held them out of choke, we could always get the middle fights really easily. They tried to sneak a few people back and that held us up a couple times, but other than that, since they didn't go garage, they weren't even there to contest it really. So it really came down to just us pushing their second.
For the
So I mean,
first,
overall, we felt good.
sorry, for the first couple times, did you ever find it surprising when you had a soldier literally just ambush you standing on that ledge above the choke point?
I think he's talking about when you're going through choke into second, Allosaurus Rex, he was up on that ledge. And the first time you guys went through, he actually seemed like he was AFK for a second because he would let you guys cap the point and then snuck in behind you when you guys were taking the upper balcony.
Yeah, that I heard that first time we came through. I actually tried to suicide on our medic, and I did suicide, but didn't kill him. But the next couple times when I came through choke, I pretty much knew that either a soldier is going to be up there or someone might be up there. I mean, it's usually a common place to check because you can get a good height advantage and whatnot.
God, I can't think of one actually. So we'll swap over to the other side actually. Walter, how did you feel about the game?
Oh, terrible. I will say not having Corndog to play demo really messed with us because we're basically down, like we have 7 people on the team, so it was really weird trying to adjust and move our lineup around.
Mm-hmm. But with that said, how did you feel Dropout played today?
So I think Dropout played well. I think the problem was that we didn't support him at the mid fights, and that so we really hung him out to dry.
Yeah, the mid fight was kind of a bit of a wash, and I see you guys kind of realized that later on. And you just basically gave it up in order to hold at the choke and then push back into them when you had the Uber.
Yeah, and it's just Ali's wasn't really excited about playing Soldier. Like I don't think he was prepared with rollouts, so we ended up just with both soldiers at choke instead of anyone really pushing out through garage.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I saw Rinswin was playing random classes as well. I'm guessing he wasn't feeling that comfortable playing Soldier.
Well, we had the plan for Rinse to switch to heavy on last,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just had to defend last all the time. So
so you just run heavy the whole time.
yeah.
So we noticed that a Fistful of Corn Dogs had very good communication and exceptional team play. Did you have anyone calling? It's like just one specific person.
Wait, fistful of corn dogs or?
Yeah, you guys were doing really well because one of the things I saw was that whenever, for example, whenever you went down, one of your teammates would run back and connect with you as soon as you respawn. So you were building that Uber really, really fast, even though you go down.
And you guys
Yeah,
had
so
great teamwork.
I cry a lot when I go down. I scream Mosfet's name a lot.
Do you
But
look up in the sky and go, my face?
yeah, it freaks my cats out.
Sorry, cats.
We sort of been working on communication because that was something I think where we fell down in the first half of the season, where we didn't have one person calling or making a lot of decisions. So we tried to make sure that we were calling, and I always try to let them know as soon as I'm down and try to give them a count when I'm coming up.
Mm. I think it worked out really well for you guys. You guys looked really, really good out there, I have to admit, even though you guys didn't win this match. But I think definitely in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, it looked very good for you guys. You were coherent, and you definitely stuck together as a team. And so on the opposite side of things, Myphis, did you have any dedicated caller for your team, or is it just a conglomerate of people?
Well, technically our caller was Scholar, but there's a lot of times when either Forks is like you have your typical communication, but Forks would be like, "Hey, I need someone to come back for me," or I'd be saying, "You guys need to push," or focus. Usually, like if we saw Heavy and he's kind of alone, it's like kind of focus him. There's a couple times where it's kind of almost yelling, "Hey, you guys, there's a Heavy there," and they kind of ignored him for 20 seconds. But mostly it's Scholar doing a lot of calling, but me doing a lot of "Hey guys, we need to keep going," kind of thing.
So when Forks had Bino Sync in his face when he was trying to run back from spawn to mid, was he kind of like, "Hey guys, I need you guys to come back here"?
Yeah,
Exactly, just
that was one of
exactly like
his.
that in that
Yeah,
sound.
he's like, "Hey guys, do you know there's like a scout here?" And that's what we had a little bit of issues with them getting behind us, but since we weren't really able to like, capitalize on it too much, except for maybe like 1 or 2 times, it didn't really overall affect our pushes.
Well, you guys were looking very clean, very good communication on who was lit, and you just jumped and focused the people really well. Just kind of like
Yeah, it was a lot of scholars saying, okay, guys, Uber, 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 and then me saying, focus that damn heavy, and then focus that damn demo.
you can remix that into a song, right?
Probably.
Okay, well, I'm good for questions. Pankers, you done? Yes, he is.
Well, no, I only have one. I have one question because I had to think about how to phrase it. And
Okay.
Forks, as your medic, we noticed on the second point, he likes standing on top of the point, but he jumped backwards into that corner. Was that a mistake on his part to jump into that corner, or did he mean to jump into that corner?
Are you talking when we're attacking your second?
Defending second, and your medic jumps behind the point.
Which corner?
It's the corner behind the point,
Oh,
closer towards the
that's
forward
just
spawn.
kind of a miscommunication. Although to be perfectly honest, we didn't hold second too many times. But I mean, most of the time I was trying to, we were trying to say, hey, let's not trap ourselves in if we were defending. But I think it only happened like once, though.
I think circumstances just kind of led to that. It's not something that you really could
Yeah.
help. It's like a mate net. They checkmate you eventually.
Yeah, usually if you're holding that second, you kind of want to either be on that your battlements area or kind of like near your door so you can get out just in case they push. Because if you're back behind that rock forward, you're kind of gonna get screwed over.
Alrighty then. Then I have the usual last 2 questions of my fist. Do you have anything you want to say to the other team?
Other than you guys not doing a effective rollout, you guys didn't play too bad. I just guess we played better.
I guess.
So, Walter, do you have anything to say to the opposing team?
You guys really took advantage of our mistakes, and it was really frustrating as a medic to watch you bombing in on me all the freaking time.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna go watch the Olympics?
Oh yeah, I'm actually missing the opening ceremonies right now, so I'm probably gonna plug out.
Much.
In case you hadn't heard, my wife let me know that there's a fucking hobbit in the opening ceremonies. Spoiler.
Wait, the Hobbit's doing what now?
A hobbit.
A Hobbit's doing what by himself?
I don't even know. I don't ask questions. She just started yelling.
All right. Oh, peace out, guys. Let's go watch the Olympics opening ceremony. I will close this out. The next game is actually not going to be tomorrow. It's going to be on Tuesday, 8 o'clock, between Sanjutsu versus Milk and Cookies. They'll be playing on Gullywash. And next week we'll be watching a new map-ish, Omen. What do you guys thoughts on Omen?
CP Omen.
Omen. Is that the like ancient looking place?
I really don't know, dude.
Is it the one that looks like the Mayan ruins almost?
No, I think
I want to say
isn't
that.
Omen the one that it's like weird? It's got water all along the bottom and it's a bunch of like bridges and.
No.
That's Croissant, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think
it's a mystery.
I think you're thinking about.
In.
I think you're thinking about Antiquity, my fist.
Oh no, I am thinking Antiquity.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll check my preview videos sometime during the weekend.
We will?
I will. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll take a look. I'm just gonna take a look at the map and just go like, I have no idea how this map works, but here's my thoughts.
I'm gonna bug out, watch stuff.
Alrighty then. So that's all we've got.
Take care, guys. See you again on Tuesday. Ciao.
Thanks for watching.